Hey, Travel Like a Boss listeners, it's Josh from Washington State.
Hi there, I'm Levi and I'm from Wales in the UK.
Hey everybody, my name is Liam McCannless.
Hi, it's Gina from Auckland, New Zealand.
Hello everybody, my name is Jenny and I am from Nebraska over in the States.
Welcome to the Travel Like a Boss podcast, the radio show all about traveling like a boss by being your own boss. Stay tuned for weekly interviews featuring guests that have built their own online businesses. If you would like to have access to our entire back catalog, visit travellikeabosspodcast.com for instant access. And here's your host, Johnny FD.
Hey guys, it's Johnny and welcome to episode 77 of the Travel Like a Boss podcast. I'm here today not only with Charlie from KohSpace, but also some of the winners of the internship. Welcome to the show, Charlie.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks for having me.
So it's only been a few weeks, but it's been a crazy kind of a few weeks because over 100 people inquired about the internship because it's such an incredible opportunity, and 58 people sent in video reviews. How did you guys go through all those videos, and what kind of criteria did you have to move people onto the Skype interviews?
Right, cool. Well, it was a lot of late nights, but what we did was we looked at everybody's skill set really closely. We looked at their social media experience because, of course, this is what it's all about. And then we looked at their experience in Thailand, their experience for travel. And then we also looked at their business, what kind of business they were doing, where they were going to be able to sustain themselves out here. And then finding out whether or not they were going to be a good fit for the team that we were trying to put together. What I mean is we didn't want to have it all loaded top-heavy with graphic designers or top-heavy with web designers. We wanted to have a good mix. And then finally, we just wanted to have, some pretty cool people and personality-wise that would be, just pass the beer test.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And so the kind of the point of this episode is not only to announce all the winners, but also to kind of give everyone else who likes to apply for these things or in the future wants to apply for another round, either with this internship or maybe, at another company, kind of insights on the selection process that people go through. And you made a really good point. I mean, that beer test, is this going to be someone that you'd want to hang out with for 5 months or 6 months? That's super important. Were there some, certain things that kind of just automatically disqualified people, like either, really bad lighting in the video or like really bad audio quality?
Yeah, there were some funny ones. There were, we had a whole host of different things. Like one guy, for example, he seemed like a nice guy, but he did his video at it looked like he was walking around his neighborhood at 3 a.m. And that was pretty funny. But there, a lot of people did a lot of different little gimmicks. Some guys came on with guitars. That was kind of funny. But the top ones, they were really professional. They showed their skill set off. And, they also showed that they had a really cool personality. But you're right. A lot of these, for the next few months or so, we're going to be spending a lot of time with these people. And you want to hang with people that, that are going to be cool as well. We're on an island. We want to be... It's a pretty laid-back place, and we want to make sure that everyone's going to have a good time.
Yeah, I think that's some great tips for people in the future, not only for this position, for really anything you apply for. Because I really, really, truly believe that these video resumes or these video applications are going to kind of trump and take over not just this industry and digital nomads, but really even if I was going to hire for a normal job, a normal company, I think I would rather see that than an actual resume, because it just shows so much more. The fact that someone's willing to spend the time to record a video, edit it, and then upload it also shows a lot about their personality and their technical skills and what they're willing to do. So it automatically that's screened out. Was it 42 people who inquired but didn't bother even applying?
Yeah, absolutely. I really am a big believer in the video as well. I mean, everybody knows, a resume only shows so much. It's pretty flat when it comes to telling the whole story, but with the video, you get more of a sense of who the people were, and that's what we really liked about it.
Yeah, and definitely when you say, being professional first, I honestly think that's the way to go. Even though you do want to show some personality and you want to be, yourself, because you want to be, you want to show that you're like a normal person that would be cool to hang out with. But first and foremost, you have to have professional quality and lighting. It doesn't have to be like super high end. It could just literally be your smartphone, your iPhone, almost any webcam nowadays. And the thing is, if you don't have one, it's one of those things where are you resourceful enough to network and borrow one from a friend?
Yeah, absolutely. The professionalism part is really, we want to be able to see that you can get into that mode because, we're going to be meeting with clients, you're going to be meeting with resort, and it's going to be fun and games, but at the same time, we want to be able to see that you can get into that professional state of mind. And then beyond that, that you still have a personality, you're not just a robot, and that's not all you are. These days, it seems like you really need to be multifaceted in everything that you do.
So I actually had nothing to do with the selection process. I'm kind of glad for that because I don't have to watch 100 videos. But I'm just out of curiosity. Did you take in Facebook friends or Twitter followers or anything like that into consideration?
I did and I didn't. I didn't make it mandatory that they Facebook friend us, but along the way, a lot of people did. And of course, when they did, we did look at some of the profiles. We do want to know who we're getting involved with. So, but we didn't really take that as a major portion of the selection program. We just, it was just kind of a little bit of a peripheral.
Yeah, so a lot of people will friend me on Facebook, and in general, my personal Facebook, I only add people who I actually know or I've met in person. But I also do kind of, if someone messaged me and they're like, hey, do you want to grab a coffee? Do you want to go grab lunch? I take a quick look at their profile, and if there's a couple of red flags that make me just not even want to see them. One is if your profile photo isn't of you, it makes me feel like you have something to hide.
That's right.
Automatic red flag. Yeah. If your name is something like, like some made up name that clearly has nothing to do with who you are, then it's okay if it's a nickname. I don't mind. But if it's some weird thing, or if you use Bangkok as your last name, and I know that's not your last name, then I don't want to do it. I don't really want to meet up with you either. Or if you have just if I think nowadays in today's day and age, we're going to be out there in the public view, and if you have a few photos, you have a few normal friends and you post a few normal things, that's good enough. Like you don't need to have 1,000 followers. You don't need to have this big empire, but we just want to see that you're a normal person.
Yeah, that's it. I think I feel the same way. When you see that they don't have a profile picture and then you look and there's no pictures of them at all, they're all they're all stock photos, then you're just like, wait a minute, what's going on? Because, we're all out there on Facebook, and if they're not out there and they want to meet you, then, what's the deal?
Yeah, 100%. So the people that sent in the videos, and I watched a couple, and I actually posted a few of the YouTube videos that on my blog, Johnny FD. Yeah. And, I was surprised. Like, there's some really talented, cool people that applied.
Sure. Absolutely. We were really surprised, and that's what really made this selection very, very difficult. We must have looked at the videos, especially at the top 20. We must have looked at them over and over again, and we Skyped with them, and we sat with the team, and we really, really kind of sifted through because we wanted to get it right, and we're really confident that we got it right now. But at the same time, with that last maybe 12, maybe 15 people, anybody could have been on this team.
So with the Skype interview, what were some things that you looked at, and what are some kind of disqualifiers that happened?
You know what? I didn't have so many disqualifiers. I wanted to keep it really light and really keep it open because I know people get really nervous when it comes to interviewing for some reason. It's just the nature of the game. So first off, we kind of eased into it, and we were pretty light with the conversation just to try to get a sense of who the people were. And then once we did that, we broke into their skill set, and then we started talking about what the program was going to be about and just get ideas from them on on what really would make a good program, because at the same time we're really learning ourselves. I've just in this process I've learned a lot, and with this internship I think I'm gonna be at a different place when it comes to social media than I am when it started. So we wanted to see what makes a good internship and what they really wanted out of this.
Okay, yeah, really cool. And so what were some of the things that people wanted out of it that...
Well, the top thing is that everybody's excited, and we are as well, to have this many people, this many talented, intelligent people that are involved in the same industry that they could just kind of bounce ideas from. I think that was the overall number one thing people said.
Okay, yeah, I think it's super awesome, like to have 8 people kind of living all the same place that are just moving there, and it's one of those things that really, like, I really believe that if you wanted to charge for it, people would have happily paid $1,000 to to be a part of it. And
yeah, I agree. I think so as well. But there's a reason we didn't do that, and part of it is because we really want to get this thing down. It could be in the future that we do charge for it, but right now it's still in the molding process. That's why this is a special group, because they're really going to help make this program be what it is in the future.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. And I actually met 2 of the winners here in Chiang Mai that happened to be here already, and they were so excited to
oh, cool! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Who was that?
So Jennifer Lachs, the German girl, Jenny, and a guy named David Pita and his girlfriend Bri.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so if you guys kind of stay tuned towards the end of this episode, I'm going to have some of them on this call as well, so I'm really excited about that.
Nice.
So who are some of the winners?
Well, I mean, I can go ahead and announce them now. We're really going to go with the theme of making a team. That part just came up over and over again, that everybody wants to be a part of the team, teamwork. And I think nowadays that's really overrated, and people kind of just give that a lot of lip service. But I'm an athlete. I've been playing beach volleyball for the last 12 years. And before that, I've been playing a lot of sports in the U.S., so I really know what it means to be on a team. So I want to push that concept even further when we're talking about this internship. So these guys are all-stars. So we want to push that to the tilt. So first off, you want me to just go ahead and announce them now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sure people are excited about that.
Yeah, and we're excited as well. From New Zealand, we got Gina Stevens.
Okay, awesome.
Gina's probably one of the very top picks. When I saw her video straight away, I was like blown away. Her presentation, the way she spliced it, the way she delivered her story, it was amazing. We knew she was going to be a top pick straight away, and then once we interviewed her, we saw that not only did she have all those skills, but she was a real cool, down-to-earth person, so that helped.
Can you can you send me the links to these winners, their videos? Because I'd be curious to see it, and I'm sure a lot of the listeners would be curious to see the app.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll have that up on the show notes of episode 77, or just go to johnnyfd.com, and I'll make a little blog post about that.
Okay, cool. Here's an interesting note. Out of the 58 or so, the most common name was David for some reason. I don't know why.
I guess Davids are entrepreneurs, yeah.
We had probably almost 8 or 9 Davids, which was kind of weird. And out of those, we picked 2. So these are the top 2 Davids.
Okay.
The first one is Travel Dave, David Brett. He's out of the UK. He's got a travel blog that he does, and he just seemed like a super cool guy. Had a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise when it came to traveling. His website, which we sifted through, was really professional, and he had a really cool personality. So David Brett was... Yeah,
and actually I saw his video previously, and I actually posted that one on my blog. I posted 3 of them, and it looks like only one of the 3 that I kind of had assumed would move on to the next rounds got it, but Dave was it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a pretty cool video too. He was, I think when he shot that video, he was in Prague, and he was overlooking a river, and he was really excited. And he was already on his way to Thailand, which did give him some weight. At the end of the day, if you were in Thailand, had traveled to Thailand, had been to Koh Phangan, that also did play some part because, we felt like, they had some experience here because, as well as I do, Thailand is great and amazing, but it doesn't always resonate with everybody.
Yeah, and the fact that they had the kind of courage to do it on their own before that probably kind of shows that they don't need their hand held as much.
Yeah, exactly. And I think David Brett, one of the things that he said, he'd been traveling over the last couple of years. He'd been to 83 countries. So I don't think he didn't need anybody to hold his hand.
Yep. And so the other David from
David
Australia.
Pita is from Australia. He's from Sydney. He actually was a surprise because his video was pretty good, but some of the links in his video didn't work. And so we were kind of thrown off by that. And we were like, well, all right, we're still going to interview him. But when we did the interview, he just kind of blew us away.
Oh,
he
great.
He was a really strong candidate. He had his own business. He had his own website business. He's a graphic designer and a writer, and he just told a good story. So,
but you know what? A little tip for everyone to learn from that is to triple check that your links work before you post something, especially an interview. And what's funny is, so I didn't know that David applied or got it until afterwards. But I met him at PunSpace here in Chiang Mai, and he actually designed my logo for my new affiliate marketing course, Earnest Affiliate. So, I wish I would have been able to give him a little bit of a nudge, but he got it all on his own, and I think it's maybe just good karma. Like he helped me with my logo. He ended up getting this internship, nothing to do with me, but still good karma. Yeah,
for sure. And he's a good guy all around, smart, talented. I think he's gonna do well.
So I know he's traveling with his girlfriend Bri, who's also she's an illustrator. How's that going to work?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of discussion about that because, a few of the candidates are coming in couples or have couples, and we just needed to confirm that with the resorts that they were going to be okay for that. So the resorts have agreed that they'll give them a double occupancy on the room, but all laundry and the other perks that they're getting, food and those things, that the mate that they were with would have to pay for those things.
Okay, that's fair. And they still get free accommodation.
Yeah, they get. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Speaking of the resorts, do you have some of them locked down already?
Yeah, we have a few of them already locked down. We need probably about 2 more, so we're in the process of getting that. But it's a no-brainer. The resorts really want it. We just want to make sure that we pick the right ones that are going to be a good match for this first session.
Are we allowed to kind of reveal what some of the resorts are so far?
Yeah, we could. We could talk about a couple of them. The first one is one called Buri-Resort. They're located in Hadrin. They were formerly the Phangan Buri-Resort. And the lady there is a very, very influential lady on the island. And she's got to be 70 years old, but she's very innovative. She's really into technology. She has like 3 telephones, and she's on Facebook. It's like, wow, she's quite amazing. So when I told her about this program, she was all up on it. She was all about it.
How do you spell Buri?
Buri. So the Buri means neighborhood, right? Hi.
So is that the Buri-Beach-Resort?
Yeah, the Buri-Beach-Resort.
Nice. I'm taking a look at it now. I'll have a link to some of these resorts.
Yeah, and the other one that I can mention is Charm Beach Resort, which is kind of a throwback to some of the older Koh Phangan resorts, the bungalow style. It's a mix of that with a lot of renovations that she's done with the resort. It's a Swedish family that took the resort over. And they got it straight away. Right when I mentioned social media and that these people were going to come in there and help them kind of bolster their social media, they absolutely wanted it. They all know that this is sort of the wave of the future, and they're excited to get it going.
Yeah, very cool. So I'm taking a look at both of these, and they're both rated at least 3 or 4 stars. They're nice places, and they look like they're actually they're not that cheap to stay at. So this is a good deal for the people who get a free room there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and Hadrin is is basically the main full moon party beach. That's kind of the party beach. So whoever's going to be there is going to have to, it's going to be surrounded by everything. But
well, here's the thing about Hadron. It's a funny place, man, because it goes crazy nuts for like those 3 days out of the month. But then it's like dead quiet. It's probably one of the most quiet places on the whole island after the party is done. And it's just kind of the nature of the beast there. So for those 3 days, the people that are going to be there, they have to be, they're going to be able to contend with that. It's going to be full on. Yeah. But then when the party's over, it's a pretty quiet, peaceful place. I mean, I go there every day to play beach volleyball on that beach, and it's an amazing spot.
Nice. So I'm taking a look at the photos right now. It's beautiful, the swimming pool, and looks like it's on the beach. It's both of them are on the beach. Right on the beach. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, these are beautiful places. I mean, like this is actually, I think a lot of people had questions, like how, what type of accommodation, what type of resorts it would be for, and I kind of assumed to be something like this, but I didn't want to overhype it. But now that I see them, it really is like, places that people would save up to stay at.
Oh, for sure. None of the places are going to be dumps. All the places are pretty standard and pretty nice places. All of them are right on the beach. They're going to be amazing to stay at over the next couple of months.
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing all the photos that people are going to be posting of this. And
for sure.
Videos too. All right, so let's keep moving down the list because I want to have time to interview some of these people too.
Cool. So then after that is Jennifer Lachs. She's from Germany. There's two of them. I think it's Jennifer and also Simon. They both have doctorates in chemistry. So they're very smart people. And they're also very involved in the online businesses and also in social media. So Jennifer, and the other thing that we liked about Jennifer was that she had some other experience as well outside of the online stuff. She had worked for Greenpeace. And if you know, one of the prongs of our business is the beach cleaning we do. We call it, on Facebook, it's Green Cross Beach Clean. That's the group. And she had that experience, and we thought, wow, okay, you know what? We can learn something from this girl, and she can help us to network with that part of our business, that part of our charity.
So I actually met Jennifer or Jenny at a yoga retreat here in Chiang Mai, and she came up to me. She was like, hey, I listen to your podcast, and I applied for the internship. And this is before she knew she won. So big congrats to Jenny.
Yeah, cool. And then after that, we have Levi Jenkins. Yeah, she's from England, and she was kind of a surprise for us as well. The video she sent in was pretty good, enough at least to get her the interview on the Skype. But then when we got her on the Skype, she really seemed to blossom. She seemed like maybe she was a little bit, shy when it came to making the video, but when the interview was being conducted, she really seemed to blossom. She had a lot of experience with photography, a lot of experience with graphics and video, and she was learning a lot about social media. And the other thing is she just seemed like a real positive person, good personality, going to be easy to work with, that kind of thing. So we're really happy to have Levi on as well.
Awesome. So far we have a couple of people from Australia, a couple of people from England, New Zealand, Germany. Where are the Americans at?
Yeah, here we go. The first American is Joshua Fischi. I think I'm pronouncing that right, maybe not. But Joshua, he also was kind of a surprise for us. I think what brought Joshua to the top was, one, he had spent time in Koh Phangan along with Levi. She had done that as well, but he had spent like months here. He already had a network here, so he really knew Koh Phangan, and he was able to speak to Koh Phangan in a way that we felt was real.
Okay, fantastic.
And then plus that, he's just socially just seems like a super cool guy. We think he's really business savvy. He has that social media, but he'll also be able to be one of those kind of people that goes out and makes a good impression for us and be able to network with people.
So I've noticed that so far, nobody is super highly technical. It's more just about having a good personality.
Yeah, well, here we go. Next is William McCannless, and he's probably our techie. He's kind of like he's a funny guy, because when he interviewed, he was the only guy in all 58 submissions that cussed in his video, which we thought was kind of funny, but he's a real no bullshit kind of guy. Seemed to really speak to the software engineering part of computers and knew a lot about programming and had his own business. So if we're tech strong, it's probably with William.
Okay, and I think that's good to have at least one or two technical people in the group that can kind of help with other things. And actually, David Pita he's good at WordPress as well. He's a web designer, so I'm sure everyone kind of help each other with that aspect as well.
Yeah. And then rounding out the group, we have Simon Partridge. And Simon's the other doctorate that we have. He's from the UK. We felt like Simon's going to be strong in the content writing part. He already does editing for science journals, and just came off as being a really cool guy, smart guy, and wanting to learn. That was the other thing that we felt like the whole entire group was really bent on, getting better, getting stronger, self-development, these kind of things. So, yeah, we were pretty happy about that, and we were happy to have Simon on.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And it sounds like a really cool group of people that I know will definitely get along. So big congrats to all the people who got the spots. So
now, I do want to mention one more, because we have an alternate, because the other thing is we feel like, it's his team, right? And those are the all-stars right there. But we really feel like we probably think that this is going to be a rigorous internship, like nobody's really been, just because of Koh Phangan the way it is. So we wanted to have an alternate, and we did. And we also think that probably out of these 8, we think probably 30% won't make it. And that's just from our really Monday morning quarterback sort of scientific method, if you will. It's like, again, Koh Phangan is, the way they say it, it's like a beautiful rose, but it has a lot of thorns. Mm-hmm. So we think probably out of the 8, 2 of them won't make it through to the finish. And we say that with with all the optimism, because we hope they do. But if they don't, then, we're going to be prepared for that.
I think that's super smart, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, maybe someone might have a family emergency. They have to fly back to New Zealand, Australia.
For sure.
Maybe, something happens.
There's so many different things. And, I've been in Koh Phangan since 2002, and I've had a lot of different employees. And I just know that it just doesn't always work out for people for whatever reason, whether they're health issues or social reasons, or they don't really fit with the island, or the island doesn't fit for them. We just know that we think it's probably about 25, 30% probably won't make it. So our alternate is Jennifer McMurtry. She's also from the U.S. And the thing about Jennifer was that she was very strong when it came to social media, probably one of the strongest we felt. She was already doing a lot with social media, and she's just a student of the game. And because of the way social media is right now, so many things are constantly changing in social media. You really need to stay on top of it.
Okay, awesome. So good luck to Jennifer. Is she going to be stay in the U.S., or is she going to come out to Thailand?
She's coming out, but she won't come out right away. She'll come out probably halfway during the program.
Okay, fantastic.
So the way it'll work is that she'll either take somebody's place who's having issues or problems, or she'll just be the extra that we have on the bench in a way.
Okay, but she'll still be able to hang out there and hang out there. Okay, that's fantastic. Absolutely. And so to the other people who didn't get one of the 8 spots, I would if you guys were excited about coming to Thailand, I would still come.
Yeah, for sure.
Really no reason not to come. I mean, if you want to move to Koh Phangan still, you could still move to Koh Phangan. You could still work out of KohSpace. You could still meet and hang out with all 8 people. And I promise you that if you're hanging out there, you're getting to know everyone, the next time there's an opening, you're going to get that spot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's spot on, Johnny. A couple of things. We'd be willing to give some of those people huge discounts on the KohSpace membership if they wanted to be involved, and they would also be because we're going to be doing workshops. I know you are planning on coming down, and we're having some other folks come in to give some workshops on social media and some other online business stuff. So they could be a part of that as well. So what we want is we just want to give an opportunity where everybody can grow.
And that's super cool. So for the people who, didn't apply this time because, for whatever reason, but this sounds like a fun or cool idea for you, just make the move anyways. I mean, there's tons of people that are going to be moving to Koh Phangan. There's already a ton of people here in Chiang Mai. The cost of living is low enough where you can bootstrap. You can save up between $600 to $1,000 a month, and you can definitely 100% live off of that. But still pay for the co-working space, still eat out, 21 meals a week and have great Thai food. You can still network. You can still run your business.
Yep, for sure.
All right. So I'm excited to have some more updates as people start moving out there. They're gonna be moving out there in the next month or so.
Yeah.
And
officially, we're gonna start on August 4th. Some guys, Travel Dave is coming in today, so he's going to be the first one to get here. He's early. A couple of the other guys expressed interest that they wanted to get in early, and we're fine with that, but we wanted to give everybody enough time to get out here. So officially, we're not starting the program until August 4th, and we'll be ready to go.
Okay, sounds great. And I'll come down a little bit after that, after everyone settles in, and I'll come down for a few weeks just to hang out with everyone and kind of see, what I can do to help out as well, because I think this is such a cool program.
Awesome. Hey, John, just real quick, on a side note, one of the other things I do is I handle the beach volleyball tournaments around Thailand, and anybody who's interested in learning beach volleyball or being a part of beach volleyball, we're going to have a huge event in Phuket, October 26th to November 1st. And it'll be all over our group page, which is Beach Volleyball Thailand on Facebook, or www.beachvolleyballthailand.com. And that's going to be a really super cool event. We're going to have some professionals from Australia and Germany come and just teach people how to play and get their skills down.
Okay, fantastic. So everyone check that out if you're into beach volleyball. I mean, it's a great place to do it. It's a beautiful tropical island. Charlie, thanks so much for helping organize this internship. This has been amazing. The feedback has been incredible, and there's so many people excited now to not only the 8 people who made it, but all the other people who now they just have a seed planted in their head. So they're either going to move out on their own, or maybe they'll try again next year. For sure. And big shout out to Dan O'Donnell for helping us. Lisa Sooth, who's my partner here with the intern. She's been working really hard on this. We're really excited to have her be a part of it. And everybody here at KohSpace for putting in the hard work. All right. So and especially you, Johnny, and the Travel Like a Boss podcast was a real hit. A lot of people mentioned you. So we're really excited to be a part of it. You know what? That is my goal, is to share this information with everyone, because I'm really excited, about this lifestyle, this business I built, being able to just travel and do whatever I want to do on the side. And Absolutely, man. It's revolutionary, man. It's revolutionary. So, Charlie, thanks again for being on the show. Now it's time to meet some of the winners. All right. So I'm here with one of the winners, David Pita from Australia. Welcome, buddy.
Hey, Johnny. Great to be here.
Yeah, so congrats on winning.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
Man, I didn't know how to feel at the start. I was like, sometimes when you really vision and visualize something happening, you're intensely feeling it. And I was like, I don't know if I got it or not. And yeah, okay, I'm rambling. Short story, it's amazing to win. It feels really good, really excited.
What actually made you want to apply for that position in the first place?
There were multiple things going on. So the first was that I was able to live on an island. And that's just living the dream, living on a tropical island, all expenses paid for. So that was it on that level. But then on another level, I've been looking to exit my web design business. Mm-hmm. And I saw this as a perfect opportunity. 6 months, living expenses paid for, I can focus on what's next.
Okay, very cool. So what is it about, like, why do you want to exit your web design company?
Yeah, so I've been involved in it for 2 years and it has been fun. I love all of my clients, really enjoy making amazing design work for them. But the problem is that it's not scalable. So I remember reading a book called The Millionaire Mind by Dr. Thomas Stanley, and he was saying a laborer does work once and they're paid. Someone with intellectual capital, they write a book and they get paid millions of times over. And for me, it's all about impact and scale.
Yeah, I'm 100% a fan of passive income as well, or at least scalable income. So I agree. You know, it's great to develop these skills, you know, as a web designer, so you can use it for yourself.
Yeah.
But trading time for money, it's good to start traveling. And you're out here in Chiang Mai. What actually brought you out here?
Your podcast, man. So a few years ago, I read The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and that dropped in my mind the idea of being location independent. And I was studying finance and economics at the time, so I was like, I wanted a location independent skill set. I'll study graphic design. And that was always the vision, to be a digital nomad. But I never considered Chiang Mai until I heard your podcast, reading your book, hearing you talk about it so much. It really put it on the map for me.
It's pretty crazy how it's so many years in the making. You know, you read 4-Hour Workweek, you're like, okay, I need a skill. I'm going to learn graphic design. How did you learn that? Did you go to school for it, or?
Yeah, okay, so I read The 4-Hour Workweek in 2010. In 2011, I said, okay, I'm going to give myself an education in graphic design. Got this huge Mac, well, my dad gifted it to me, which was very nice. Got all these textbooks in graphic design, and it was just intimidating. For 1 year, I made no progress. So I decided I actually need to do a course. So I did this 1 year full-time course in Sydney. Beautiful location, overviewing the Harbour Bridge, the Opera House, and it changed my life.
You know, so I'm not a fan of most people going to college just to go to college, you know, and just, you know, using that as an excuse to put off 4 years of their life. You know, they'll have fun and they'll get to meet people, but education-wise, for most people, it's a waste because they're not going to use their education. But in your case, when you know what you want to learn, it's a necessity.
Yeah, it was. And I remember exactly feeling that way because at the time I was 23. I was like, I do not want to spend, and I'd already been at university for 5 years. I thought, I don't want to be in the education system for another 4 years. There has to be a better way. And fortunately, I found this place. It was 1 year, only 5 hours a day. So I was able to work in the afternoon and it was perfect.
How much was that course?
It was $13,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you invested in yourself.
Yeah.
Have you made that money back?
I haven't done the math specifically to calculate the ROI percentage, but most definitely.
Oh, have you? Nice. That's good to hear. And now you have a skill for forever.
I've got a skill set for life, and honestly, for the first time ever since doing that course, I felt that I had a valuable skill.
Hey everybody, my name is Liam McCannless. I am
no skills after university either. So, you know, nowadays I do like the vocational education system. I like online courses. You know, that's why I have my course now, which you helped design my logo for. Thank you for that, by the way.
Sure, yeah.
And it all just came full circle. You know, you somehow. How did you find my podcast in the beginning?
Okay, so that's an interesting story. So using my design skills, I created a t-shirt label. I was selling inspirational t-shirts and posters through a dropship supplier. And I was like, yeah, this is my ticket to freedom. So I did a Google search, best e-commerce podcasts. And one article gave it to me, and yours was ranked number 2.
Really nice, awesome.
Yeah, I think it was on Elance. Someone on Elance published that article.
That's fantastic to hear that. I had no idea.
The first one I thought was wanky, had no added value, but yours I felt the most connection to. I was listening to you for hours every day. Yeah.
And then I randomly bumped into you at FunSpace.
Well, that's it. I read your book. I've been an evangelist of your book, Life Changes Fast. And
Life Changes Quick.
Life Changes Quick, yes.
Yeah, and you know what? And then you listen to the podcast, you got the skill, you came out here, you started living, you know, basically in Chiang Mai, but because you're still paying for cost of living, even though it's cheap here, you still have to work. You know, you just have to freelance.
Yeah, that was that frustration. I mean, I was working long hours. Like, you'd see me there at 6:30, 7 in the morning, leaving at 10:30, 11 p.m. And it was just wearing me to the bone. I was feeling very frustrated. I was thinking there has to be a better way.
And so you applied for the internship?
Straight away. So I remember the moment exactly. I was in the middle of work and he came up to me with a massive grin. I was like, hey, how's it going? What's up? He said, I released my course, Earnest Affiliate, and I made an exciting announcement. And that exciting announcement was this internship. And yes, straight away, 2 days later, I made that application.
And that's cool that, like, so even though, you know, I was the one to tell you, it was, you weren't the first one to know. I mean, pretty much everyone on the podcast, everyone who subscribed knew kind of before you. So even though you have access to me at the co-working space, I wasn't the one to pick you or anything. So.
No, not at all. I said, what's the exciting announcement? You said, check the email, man.
Yeah. But
I'm glad I did.
Yeah. But I definitely think that the fact that you are already in Thailand did help you, you know, with the process. Because, you know, Charlie doesn't have to hold your hand through the process.
No.
So what is your actual plan, like, for the next couple of months?
Yeah, great question. Thank you for asking. So my first idea was to create a source of passive income. And that still is a plan. But the way that I thought I'd create it was through Amazon FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, or through Kindle publishing. But then some doubt began to enter my mind. And the doubt that I entertained was, what if I put in 6 months of effort and I've got nothing to show for it? So I sat with it for a while and asked myself, what is it that I've always really wanted to do? And that's to revitalize my brand, The Art of Awesomeness. So I'll quickly lay it out just in a minute here and what I do. So I'm a graphic designer, but also a visual artist. And my strength is in translating concepts into the sickest graphics you've ever seen. And my intent is to do that for like 100 TED Talks or the best business books and conceptualize them into a beautiful poster that brings joy to someone, but also feeds their mind, and selling them as products. And that'll be the start. But what I really want to do is create a blog similar to you with just valuable, inspiring, exciting content, a podcast as well, build an audience through that. And I know that monetization, selling posters is one of the ways. But I'd know by putting out incredible content and building an audience for 6 months full time, something good is going to come of it. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but that's part of the adventure.
Well, we'll follow the journey. How can people check out Art of Awesomeness as well as your blog or your social media?
Yeah, the easiest thing to do is go to artofawesomeness.com, and that's where they can enter their email to receive updates.
Okay, awesome. We'll keep an eye out for that. Good luck in Koh Phangan. We'll do another podcast kind of follow up in a few months once you're actually out there. Congrats again.
Yeah, thank you. My pleasure.
Hey, so I'm here with Jennifer Lachs and Simon Partridge from Germany and the UK. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing? Good
Welcome, hello.
Yeah, so how did you hear about the internship? Where brought you here and why did you apply?
We actually heard about it from your podcast.
Okay,
the
awesome.
First time we saw it on Facebook announced as well. We just arrived in Thailand and it was really good timing for us.
Nice. And what made you apply for it?
Well, it was just perfect. Like, we were here doing our thing anyway, you know, trying to build a business and trying to make money here. So, and it was just a perfect opportunity for us to learn more stuff that would be useful for that and save some money as well and meet some people doing the same thing. And it was just, you know, something to support us doing that.
Nice. So what are you actually working on? So what is your plan? So the goal was to apply for this, get 6 months to bootstrap so you can save some money, and then work on something else. Yeah. What is that something else?
Well, in the long term, we want to become digital nomads, so travel around while working on our laptops from basically anywhere in the world. And so we are working on a few different things at the same time. We mainly want to build a dropshipping business.
So we made a start on that. We've signed up to Anton's course. And,
okay, awesome. Welcome to that.
Yeah, so we're a couple of lessons in. We're looking for suppliers for some ideas at the moment, and we're doing it in the UK, so it's not that easy to find them, but that's what we're doing right now.
Nice.
You've got your blog as well.
What's your blog?
Well, it's a travel blog at the moment. It's called Jenny Around the World. Okay. But I want to relaunch it a little bit.
Yeah, Jenny RTW.
Is it Jenny RTW?
Yeah. Jenny RTW.
We'll put a link to that.
Cool.
And the goal is I'm going to head down to Koh Phangan probably in a few months.
Yeah.
Let you guys get settled in. And then I want to do a follow-up episode and see how everyone's doing.
Yeah.
So what are you most excited about? Actually, no, when you first heard the news, how excited were you?
Oh my god, so excited. Yeah.
We were kind of shocked because the second round we had an interview with them, and the first half, the interview was great. The first half we got the impression that we were, right up there with a chance, and the second half Charlie was saying a lot of mitigating things like, if you don't get it, you can do this and this, and we were like, oh, maybe we're not in with a chance then. And then we saw something, you put a follow-up blog on saying about how there was like another round involving a little task, and we were like, oh, we didn't get the task. I guess we're not in it anymore.
Oh, wow.
And so we just thought we were out of the running, and we were.
That's awesome.
So pleased.
I think the small task was something about like, hey, take a look at this resort's TripAdvisor page. What would you do to make it better?
Yeah.
And you didn't do anything like that?
We got a different task, which we weren't asked about.
They never followed up on it though, but hey. Or whatever.
Well, you're in, so it doesn't matter.
To be in, yeah.
Maybe they just really liked your personality over Skype, and I think the fact that you were already in Thailand made it a lot better.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
So, Jenny, you're German?
Yeah.
Don't sound German at all.
Yeah.
What made you two move out here?
Well, I've been traveling for a while. I lived in London and the UK for 4 years before I went traveling. We went traveling together after we studied.
Yeah.
And
So like October 2013 we left home, so yeah, but...
it's been 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we did like 7 months traveling.
Okay.
And then we lived in Australia for the last year, just saving money to travel more, and that's where we found out about all the digital nomad stuff and location independence.
Were you picking fruit in Australia, or were you doing...
No.
No.
Because most people do that. I mean, it's a cool experience, but a lot of people do that to extend to a second year, and Jenny, unfortunately, is too old to do that. So
we definitely don't look.
Yeah, we weren't eligible for a second year, so we could have done it for the hell of it, but we decided to just do some slightly easier jobs for better money, I think.
What kind of jobs were there out there?
Bar work, office work. I did a little bit of fundraising in the beginning.
Yeah, I did some telemarketing. I did some bar work as well.
Wow.
I even worked at like this big Easter show they have in Sydney, like this big fairground.
And what, like, so being in Australia, like, what was actually the point of being there?
Basically, we didn't want to go home. We realized after we ran out of money, we were not ready to go home after traveling, and we just wanted to extend our stay as long as possible. And that was one of the chances that we had, just to get a working holiday visa. It's pretty easy if you're from the UK or Germany.
Yeah, and at that stage we weren't really au fait with all the like drop shipping and that kind of like other opportunities to maybe stay places cheap and earn money. So it just seemed like an obvious way.
And I think a lot of people were actually in that situation where they know they started traveling. They're like, I like this. I want to keep doing it. Yeah. And I was in the same situation. I'm like, I really like scuba diving. I like doing Muay Thai, but I'm out of money. I don't know what to do. I don't want to go home and get a job.
Yeah.
And that's how, I think most of us find this whole world. I mean, how did you first start hearing about the digital nomad scene, and how did you find the podcast?
I think mainly reading travel blogs at first, and then you just find more and more, and then I got into podcasts and found yours pretty early on.
Everything links to everything else. It's kind of a small world in some sense. Like, you find out about everyone through everyone else. It's just...
How crazy is it that... So you started listening to the podcast in Australia?
Yeah, I think in about September last year.
How weird is it that like you started listening to that, and that probably was one of the reasons you came to Chiang Mai?
Yeah, definitely.
And then you applied for this internship.
Yeah.
And then now you're here in my living room.
Yeah.
It's a really weird, strange chain of events, but no, it's not. It's
pretty surreal.
These things happen, and it's,
it all works out.
You've got to embrace it.
Yeah.
It does seem to always work out. We're always in a perpetual situation of nearly running out of money, it seems, but. I know we're scraping along, we're making it work, and who knows?
Did you ever have any doubt, thinking like maybe I should go back and get a normal job, maybe work at Wetherspoons?
All the time. We're not like 21. I'm 29. Jenny's 32. So there's a lot of pressure. We were home at Christmas briefly, and lots of our friends are getting married and have got mortgages and stuff, and so it's easy to feel like you're behind in a way.
But I have a feeling that the next time I interview you guys won't feel like you're behind. I feel like by that time you'll be like, what? I'm glad I invested this time, got to see some cool places, meet some cool people, and then now you have the time to actually build something.
Hopefully.
Well, already with the people we've met in Chiang Mai, it's awesome.
Yeah, I like it. And what's funny is I bumped into Jenny. We first met at International Yoga Day.
Yeah. At Yoga Tree.
Yeah. And that was kind of random. I didn't. So in Chiang Mai, there's this whole scene of people who love doing yoga, and then there's digital nomads, and they normally don't ever intertwine.
Interesting.
But I think this was the first time I went there where it was intertwined.
Cool.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, they're usually sort of separate scenes, are they?
Yeah, they used to be completely separate scenes. But now it's. I think now, I don't know. Maybe the digital nomad scene is so big now where everyone kind of gets into it, or also maybe people who before realize it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. They don't have to just be into health and just into yoga. They can also support themselves and have a legitimate business. I mean, you can sell yoga mats on Amazon, or you can drop ship health products. And that is still a legitimate business, without selling your soul. You could still be a yoga practitioner, you could still care about health and environment and still do business.
Yeah. I also think a lot of people have multiple interests now, so they want to do business and do yoga and travel as well, and you can combine all that.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be fun. You guys excited to head down?
Yeah, really excited.
When are you actually heading down there?
End of the month.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the 4th of August, I think.
So you got a whole month here.
Yeah.
What are your goals or plans this month here, and then what are your goals and plans while you get down there?
I want to get my blog up and running properly before we arrive, like when we arrive on the island, just to start working on it properly. And I've got a few goals, maybe until T-Bex. I'm thinking about going there.
Yeah, so it was like an old WordPress blog, wasn't it? So you're trying to really boot it up. And
okay. And your goal, Simon?
I'm doing this editing on this. Well, I say on the side. It's kind of my full-time work right now, so I'm just going to keep going with that and try and just build more of a portfolio. And we want to get stuck into the drop shipping and be as far ahead with that as we can get. Like I said, we'd be here doing this anyway, so
you might as well be there.
Yeah, we'll crack on and do it, and then we'll keep on doing it while we're in.
Awesome. So I'll follow up with you guys down in Koh Phangan. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Dave here from traveldave.co.uk, and I'm truly over the moon to be selected as part of the 8-person team and going over to Koh Phangan and working at the KohSpace. I think what most attracted me to the island was I knew it for its full moon party atmosphere, but I didn't know that the island is absolute true paradise. And apart from those 3 days for the full moon, the island's just left abandoned, which makes it really cool for digital nomads. People that are location independent, want to look for like a staycation, which is kind of quiet, tranquil, but still has that paradise lifestyle. This is the place, and the more digital nomad hotspots, the merrier. I still think it's a thriving scene, and the more areas which kind of adapt to this lifestyle, the better. The other thing that attracted me to this project was just the team collaboration idea. After I attended the Digital Nomad Summit in Chiang Mai, there was a lot of talk about the importance of collaborating as a team and working with a team. I think all of us coming to the table with sharing each other's skills and just getting awesome things done. Amazing opportunities can happen in the next 6 months. There's a lot of time with 8 people. So I'm excited to see what happens in the future. I'm excited to be part of this project, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Hey everybody, my name is McCannless. I am currently living in Atlanta, Georgia, and heard about the internship and submitted a video and thankfully got selected, so I'm very, very excited. This will be my first time out of the country, definitely my first time on a tropical island anywhere, so I'm very excited. I've been a full-time freelance copywriter over the last 7 years, and what I'm most excited about, besides collaborating with everyone and basically meeting more ambitious people and travelers, is the ability to have the time to work on personal projects, building up my own lists, creating my own informational products, and building up my own personal brand, which I'm very, very excited about. Again, this is Liam. Very excited to meet everybody, and thanks so much to Johnny FD and Lisa and Charlie for giving me and everyone else that was able to apply, and whether or not they got accepted, just thanks for the opportunity. And hopefully this will be something regular that keeps on going over time. All right.
Hi, it's Gina from Auckland, New Zealand. I'm very excited to be part of the KohSpace internship, and I'm currently travelling with my partner Sham in Thailand and Malaysia, and can't wait to get to the island. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to work with the Koh Phangan community and to work on my own design company, Memory Press.
Hi there, I'm Levi and I'm from Wales in the UK. I'm so excited to be part of this amazing and exciting internship. When I heard about this opportunity, it was honestly just a no-brainer. I mean, how could you not apply? At the moment, I write a small beauty and travel blog, and this opportunity means I can not only develop the skills that I have, but that I can learn from a community of like-minded people in a creative environment. I love the fact it's a collaboration of digital nomads, and I can't wait to get stuck in.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jenny, and I am from Nebraska over in the States. And I have just started a new project on YouTube. It's called Global Love Fund, and it's basically designed to inspire and reward positive actions everywhere. And it's just based off the ideas of random acts of kindness and seeing the cycle and seeing how far one good deed can actually go. And I am super, super excited about this opportunity over in KohSpace. I haven't really got to meet anybody yet. I did have an interview with Lisa and Charlie, and they just seem like such great people to work for and work with that I can't imagine the amazing people I'm going to meet during this internship. And it's in paradise, you know? I mean, you can't really get much better than that. Just to have the security of knowing that you have a place to sleep every night and food to eat while collaborating and brainstorming with all of these amazing people is a huge opportunity, and I'm so thankful to be part of it.
Hey, Travel Like a Boss listeners. It's Josh from Washington State. I just wanted to express how thrilled I am to be a part of this project. After hearing about it on Johnny's podcast, I immediately knew I had to apply. The opportunity KohSpace has given us is so special and so immense. I couldn't be more happy to participate in it. Thank you, Johnny, for sharing this amazing opportunity with the world. I never would have heard about it if it wasn't for your podcast.
And there we have it. This is the 8 winners of the internship. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, and that way you can hear the follow-ups from when everyone gets started. And I go down to Koh Phangan. I'm going to be interviewing everyone to see how things are going, and both with the internship as well as their personal projects. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. You can do so in the podcast app on your iPhone, or if you're using Android, you can use your favorite podcast app like Stitcher. And thank you so much for the people who have, supported the show and kind of spread the word by either telling your friends and your colleagues or by leaving a 5-star review on the iTunes store. That really helps more than anything. So if you can take a minute to do that, I'd really, really appreciate it. So if you want to keep in touch and you want to be informed of the latest news, the latest updates, just go to johnnyfd.com or travellikeabosspodcast.com and sign up for the mailing list. And that way I can keep you updated and send you cool stuff. See you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the Travel Like a Boss podcast. If you want to hear more, including the bonus How to Choose the Perfect Niche episode, join our mailing list at travellikeabosspodcast.com. See you next week, and remember, if you want to travel like a boss, you need to be your own boss. So start your online business today and start living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of.